Can you imagine a world where cars don't roar, but whisper electricity? Where filling up the tank becomes a memory, and the silence in the streets marks the start of a new era? That world seemed impossible until a group of dreamers decided to challenge the entire automotive industry. In the early 2000s, when we were all still in love with the smell of gasoline, a tiny startup was born, TeslaModelS. No one bet a penny on them, except for one man willing to risk it all, Elon Musk. What began as a fringe idea became a technological earthquake that would redefine not only mobility, but the future of energy, and even space exploration. The birth, February 2004. The automotive world seemed immovable. The big brands had spent more than a century perfecting the combustion engine, and no one, absolutely no one, thought it could be replaced. Then came a name that would change history, Elon Musk. With just $6.5 million, he invested in an unknown startup called TeslaModelS. To the industry, it was madness. To him, it was a declaration of war against oil. Tesla didn't want to build just another car. They wanted something unthinkable, a 100% electric sports car that could humiliate a Ferrari on the track and go hundreds of kilometers without a single drop of gasoline. But dreams are expensive. Between 2004 and 2008, Tesla was trapped in a cycle of failed prototypes, endless delays, and promises no one knew if they could keep. Engineers worked day and night in improvised workshops, while critics laughed, saying, "Electric cars will never be more than expensive toys." Within months, the electric dream was on the verge of becoming just another forgotten chapter of Silicon Valley. The critical moment then came 2008, a dark year for Tesla. The company was days away from bankruptcy, zero cash, unpaid suppliers, and banks closing their doors. The global financial crisis had hit hard, and for Tesla, a startup barely breathing, it was a death sentence. Production delays, unsustainable costs, and bankruptcy rumors filled the headlines. Even within the board of directors, voices called for surrender. But Elon Musk wasn't about to watch the electric dream die. In a desperate move, he put $40 million of his own money on the line, risking what was left of his personal fortune. Musk stepped up from chairman to CEO and chief product architect. It was a fork-in-the-road moment. Save the company or sink with it. Shortly after, an unexpected lifeline appeared. The U.S. Department of Energy approved a $465 million loan for Tesla. With that money, the company not only stayed afloat, it began building the car that would change history, the Model S. It was the turning point when Tesla went from a dying promise to the seed of an electric revolution. Tesla had dodged bankruptcy by a hair, but what could it offer the world to justify such sacrifice? Was it really worth saving? If you're enjoying how we're breaking down this story, hit like and subscribe to Drakonomic so you won't miss the next chapters in this Elon Musk saga. The cars that changed the game. Tesla quickly realized something important. They weren't just selling cars. They were selling a myth, a new way of understanding speed, luxury, and mobility. The Roadster, 2008. Tesla's first punch was the Roadster, an electric sports car that seemed impossible. Over 390 kilometers of range and acceleration that left gasoline lovers speechless. No longer just an eco-car for hippies. It was a machine that could humiliate a Porsche and do it in complete silence. The message was clear. Electric cars weren't the future. They were the present. The Model S, 2012. 4 years later, Tesla raised the stakes with the Model S, a futuristic luxury sedan with a 17-inch touchscreen, over-the-air updates, and zero to 100 kilometers per hour in just over 4 seconds. The Model S didn't just compete with Mercedes and BMW, it beat them. It became the first electric car people wanted, not because it was green, but because it was simply better. The Model 3, 2017, then came the Model 3, the car that democratized electricity. With a much more accessible price, it allowed hundreds of thousands to own a Tesla. The result was historic. 500,000 units sold in just 5 years. The people's car, electric. Tesla wasn't just building vehicles, it was transforming car culture. Electric cars went from being an experimental curiosity to becoming the new standard that all automakers had to adapt to. The Roadster proved it was possible. The Model S made it desirable. The Model 3 made it accessible. But the big question remained. Could Tesla keep defying the impossible, or would its magic run out? The future is now, 2020 to 2025. The electric dream didn't stop with the Model 3. By 2020, Tesla had over 1 million cars on the road worldwide. No longer an experiment or a niche, it had become the driving force of the global energy transition. But Tesla never settled for mission accomplished. Its ambitions went further. Cybertruck, the icon of the impossible. In 2019, Tesla unveiled the Cybertruck, a vehicle straight out of a sci-fi movie. Its stainless steel body and 800-plus kilometers of range redefined what a pickup could be. Mocked by many, reserved by hundreds of thousands. Semi, the freight revolution. Next came the Tesla Semi, an electric truck capable of hauling up to 40 tons with zero emissions. With 1,000 kilometers of range and regenerative braking, it promises to change logistics forever. Robo-taxis, the optional steering wheel, and perhaps the boldest step yet. Autonomous robo-taxis. In 2025, Tesla launched a pilot fleet in cities like San Francisco, Austin, and Miami. Over 1,000 self-driving cars collecting critical data for AI training. The plan, 10,000 autonomous vehicles on U.S. streets by the end of 2025. Even when empty, every kilometer driven makes the AI smarter. We're entering a future where driving is optional, where time behind the wheel becomes free time, and cars transport not just people, but data. The question is, are we ready for a world where cars no longer need us, and maybe don't even want us inside? Tesla Energy. Tesla's revolution isn't limited to roads. The ultimate goal is far bigger. To transform the way the world produces, stores, and consumes energy. Imagine a system that stores the sun from your rooftop during the day and gives you light at night. No more blackouts, no more outrageous bills. This isn't science fiction. It's the promise of Tesla Energy for homes. There's the Powerwall, a 13.5 kilowatt-hour home battery that powers your house all night, stores excess solar during the day, and keeps your lights on during storms or outages. For communities and businesses, there's the Megapack, a giant battery capable of storing up to 3 megawatt-hours and deployable in hours. It's already stabilizing entire grids and reducing fossil fuel dependence. Tesla also turns your roof into a solar power plant, with solar roof tiles and traditional panels that both generate energy and look elegant. All of it is coordinated by the Tesla Energy Gateway and API, which monitor your usage in real time, decide when to draw from the battery, or feed energy back to the grid, and alert you instantly if there's a problem. Powerwall at home, Megapack on the grid, solar panels on your roof, and software, orchestrating it all. Tesla. Energy isn't just lighting homes. It's transforming how the world consumes, stores, and shares power. Tesla is no longer just a car brand. It's an energy platform that promises independence and sustainability. But Elon Musk isn't thinking only about homes or cities. His vision reaches much further, all the way to the stars. Because the next chapter isn't about energy, it's about conquering other planets, from Earth to Mars. SpaceX and Starlink. Elon Musk didn't stop at transforming mobility and energy on Earth. His sights were set much higher, on space. Close your eyes, look up at the sky, and imagine, what if instead of stars, you saw cities glowing on another planet? That is the vision and the ambition of SpaceX to make us citizens of the cosmos, the early steps of SpaceX. In 2002, Musk founded SpaceX with a goal many thought impossible: dramatically lower the cost of space travel. Starting with a small team in a makeshift workshop, they set out to compete with NASA and Roscosmos. But the road was brutal. The goal was titanic: to make the impossible possible. The first 3 Falcon 1 launches failed, draining capital, resources, and morale. Each explosion pushed SpaceX closer to bankruptcy. When everything seemed lost, Musk funded a 4th attempt out of his own pocket. On September 28, 2008, Falcon 1 finally reached orbit, the first privately built liquid fuel rocket to do so. NASA responded with a $278 million contract to resupply the ISS. From there, SpaceX soared, developing the reusable Falcon 9, the Dragon capsule, and the Starship for Mars colonization. But Musk didn't want to remain in low Earth orbit. His true obsession was Mars. With Starship, the largest rocket ever built, SpaceX plans to transport settlers, build cities under domes, and open the door to a multiplanetary humanity. The plan is clear: fuel factories in craters, self-sustaining colonies on red dunes, and the first crewed mission to Mars before 2030. SpaceX isn't just rockets, it's the promise of a future where humanity is no longer bound to a single planet, opening the door to a legacy without borders. Starlink, Internet for all. With that experience in space missions, Musk set his sights on the Starlink constellation, designed to bring global internet to every corner of the Earth. Now, imagine browsing the internet in the most remote desert, without cables or giant antennas. This isn't a dream. It's the promise of Starlink, Elon Musk's satellite network, bringing connectivity to every corner of the planet. In 2015, Elon Musk envisioned a world where internet access was a global right, not an urban privilege. SpaceX dedicated resources to building a low Earth orbit satellite network capable of high speed and low latency. Starlink deploys thousands of satellites in low Earth orbit, LEO, about 550 kilometers above the surface, far closer than traditional satellites at 36,000 kilometers. Since 2019, SpaceX has been launching satellites in batches of 60 per Falcon 9 flight. By mid-2025, the fleet had surpassed 4,500 operational satellites, forming a truly global internet network. Today, thanks to this constellation, rural communities, ships at sea, and even areas devastated by natural disasters can access high-speed connectivity, all with a simple, self-orienting antenna. Each user receives a terminal, known as the Starlink dish, that automatically tracks the satellites overhead. Starlink doesn't just connect devices, it connects opportunities. Because where there was once digital silence, there is now access to education, telemedicine, and global commerce. The constellation faces challenges: light pollution affecting astronomy, orbital congestion, and competition from other LEO networks like OneWeb and Amazon Kuiper. By 2030, SpaceX plans to expand Starlink to 12,000 satellites, offer gigabit broadband, and launch orbital laser relay stations. But if Tesla changed the way we move and SpaceX changed the way we dream, one key question remains. What will happen when all of this vision comes together in the same future? The legacy: Tesla transformed mobility. SpaceX opened the door to the cosmos. Starlink connects the planet. From nearly disappearing in 2008 to becoming one of the most influential figures of our time, Elon Musk proves a hard truth. The future doesn't wait. It belongs to those who dare to build it. We now live in a world with self-driving cars, homes that produce their own power, rockets preparing us for Mars. Musk is far from perfect, and his bets often teeter on the edge of failure. But that's the point. Progress is born from risk, not comfort. The question is, will we follow him into this future, or watch from the sidelines as others conquer tomorrow? Before you go, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next part. And if you want to see how it all began, with Musk creating PayPal, click the video right here.